I used to think that when I told someone I liked them and I loved them, I was saying the same thing. However, 2 weeks post graduation, I've had a lot of time on my hands, and I've spent a lot of time thinking about when I told my friend I liked them a few weeks before school ended. In the DM I sent them, I quote, "I don't like the word like." Looking back at it, I feel I am beginning to know why. Currently, how I look at like and love is I see them as the same thing, except with different intensities. Think of it as a high versus low AC, where they both are cool air at different volumes coming out. Same thing, but different levels. With the newfound time on my hands, I try to fill my time with many things, and one of those things was resuming my journaling, which I put off in late May due to stresses from school. And while reading, I found an entry where I talked about how I told a friend I liked them. More specifically, on an entry from May 17th, I wrote, I told her I liked her, a day-ish after prom. To be exact, I said, "Hi, I suck with putting thoughts to words. Sorry. I want to ask you to go to prom in it 'cause I like you. I don't like the word like because I think it's shallow, but I can't think or another synonym for it, so the word like will suffice. There are many reasons I do. To summarize, you're just a good person with a good heart. That makes me happy. I recognize communicating this in person would be best, but to be honest, people and conversations scare me. Lastly, relating to the final point, sorry for being weird. I'm working on functioning, for a lack of better words, in social situations. I'm sorry for being quiet or robotic or annoying or a prick. I'm trying to do better. Thanks for reading all this. Things like this weigh me down, and I just gotta unload it. Sorry if this ruins your mood or something. I know it's late. Have a good one. Stay being you." And that's the end of the quote from the entry. And then the end of the excerpt from whatever DM I sent her. Looking back on this, along with other things, I've sent her a common theme emerged from basically what I've sent her. I mean, I always talk about enjoying company with them. I would say they look good physically. I would compliment their demeanor and mannerisms, or basically just how they acted. And then I always said something to put myself down, where in this previous case, I just talked about being awkward or being a robot. But more importantly, it always seemed to be about how all of these things about her made me feel good, and that's why I liked her. When talking about why I ultimately liked her, I named traits about her and then tied it back to me, where, for example, why she made me feel happy, where, specific example from the text I wrote, to summarize, you're just a good person with a good heart, and that makes me happy. She made me feel good. I would feel so crappy about myself some days, but spending time around her and all of a sudden I would feel good, as if that interaction with her, no matter how big or small, made my day. Like, I liked the feeling I got being around her, and I feel that's what liking overall means. You like them because you like the way they make you feel. Your attraction towards them, like you're loving the way they make you feel. Their company is like a drug for you to take to cope with your reality that you're in fact depraved of some sort of connection that you feel you're lacking in other aspects of your life subconsciously. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's a pretty human thing. I just don't know if you can call that love exactly. In fact, I remember having a crappy day all around, and then I hung out with her and some friends, and there were many times I thought she was, good looking. Her laugh made me smile. Being in her presence felt great. And I have memories from that I will hold on to for a hot minute, and yet looking back at it, I always remember how I felt good in these moments being around her, and not as much if I remember if she said personally if she was having a good time or not. I was so focused on the way she made me feel, I lost track of how she may have felt. I don't think you can call that love, and I kind of feel guilty about that. Liking someone is a very pleasant and human thing, but eventually that feeling will dry up, and that person will disappear, leave you, and you will hurt for a while. But eventually you would move on, not because they didn't matter, but because when it comes to liking someone, that person could be replaced by anyone who makes you feel good being around them. Anyone that makes you feel good. I feel ultimately it has nothing to do with the person. It's just you seeking to fill the absence of something greater in your life. So then, what would define love? love would share characteristics with liking someone. You would still enjoy their company, find them physically attractive, find their manners with like great and polite, and like how you would still like how they make you feel. However, what separates the two, liking and loving, is that when you love someone, you're no longer attached only by how they make you feel. It's when you love a person and you want what's best for a person, even if it doesn't benefit you. I know I use love to define love, but it's whatever. It's when you put them before you. You think of them as well. It's not just how they make you feel. It's the mutual connection, understanding between how you make each other feel and how you can work to care for each other, even if it hurts or doesn't benefit you. And it sounds very cliche, but I feel like that is the reality. For example, if someone you care about is happier with someone else or seems to be more happy without you, if you like them, it makes you wish that that person was you. You know, you can become bitter, sad, angry. You could be depressed. You can start questioning, what do I have or not have that makes them not like me back? What can I do to make them like me back? How much more effort can I put in to make them see that I am the one? However, when you love them is when you're in that situation, you take it, you acknowledge it, and you move forward, and you hope they're happy. There's none of that, what can I do to make them like me? It's, they don't, but I hope they're happy anyways. And you know that's much easier said than done. And this isn't to discredit the feelings of pain and hurt of when you do, or like if you do get rejected. You can love and still feel hurt. You can still feel jealous, and you can still feel disappointing. You know, loving someone doesn't magically make you a more selfless person. At the end of the day, you're still a dude. You're still a person, and as a person, you're still able to feel sadness and longing for someone who you know you won't ever have, and still choose to be happy and appreciate them, not for how they make you feel, but because you care about them, and acknowledge that sometimes to love means to just let go just as much as it does for you to pursue and fight on for it. And it's sad to let go of the fantasies and idealized versions of life you conjured of you and this person listening to Malcolm Todd at 3 a.m. lying in your bed in darkness. But by giving up on the fantasy, you could begin to heal by acknowledging you don't grieve this person. When said you may grieve is you grieve the possibility or the future you imagined in the conversations you could have had, and the memories that you know will never happen. Personally, I still think of her. Some days very little, some days a lot, and I never fully cultivated the connection I sought to build with her. And there are days I see things online and think she would have really liked this. I still feel disappointed and sad at times. However, I'll leave it at this. Sometimes your favorite flower isn't yours to pick. By taking it out of the ground and back home to you, or wherever you think your home is, it begins to die and wither away, because leaving you with her in a situation where you can't fulfill each other's needs, both ends suffer, and you're left with a shell of the beauty that the flower formerly possessed. You loved how it looked in the moment, but now that you have it, not so much. Because sometimes all you can do and should do is appreciate that that kind of beauty exists and leave it be. And maybe that's enough. Maybe loving someone isn't about possessing them, but instead it's the art of observing and admiring without the certainty of possession, and acknowledging the fact that such beauty exists.